I am the Empress, otherwise known as Lisa.
And I'm the Queen, otherwise known as Gina.
And we really need to talk to you about Christmas. Because Christmas is the most likely time that your heart wounds are going to come to the surface.
Absolutely. It's, you're getting to the end of the year, you're a bit worn out from, fully working, looking forward to your holidays, and you have to go and spend the day, or days in some case, with the people who trigger you the most. Really push your buttons, Uncle Ted in the corner, gets drunk, tries to grope you every year. Not good.
Not good. And then you've got your in-laws, not just your extended family. We're talking in-laws here. I mean, if there's something that's really going to hit you hard, this is the time of the year when it's going to happen. And Gina and I have just made it our expertise to help women heal their heart wounds. So we're really going to be telling you about some of the wounds that we've healed and what's come of that, and some simple strategies that we want you to use today in the coming weeks so that you can have a truly joyful Christmas where you can actually give love and feel loved in return. That's what we want for you.
So in this video series, we're going to teach you some simple things that are just going to rock your world. You're going to go, oh my goodness, I didn't see it that way before. Oh my goodness, if I do that, that is going to shift me out of that reactive state. When you... And it just takes all your energy to react to people that way. And Lisa and I, we've been healing our hearts, these wounds that are within us that mean that we react to everybody around us. And don't you want to get to a place where that person who always grates on you, you just want to punch him sometimes.
You do.
You do.
And sometimes you do.
You do. You actually can just, they don't change, because, we can't change other people, but we can change ourselves.
Yes.
You walk towards them, they do their irritating thing, and you go, hi, and you move on.
And you'll notice that, when you can actually feel neutral and non-reactive towards that same old trigger that would normally get you, that's a sign of healing. And that's what our clients have come to really know means they have finished their work on that aspect. And you really want that information, because heart healing is such amazing news, because until we see how the wound is within us, we are powerless to change anything. And look, we tried to run away from our heart wounds in a million ways.
Yeah.
Food, sex, a whole bunch of different substances. We won't go into details on those substances. But we were trying to escape those feelings inside. We tried the new boyfriend, we tried the new job, she moved to, I don't know how many times you moved.
Many times, because when you move, you leave all the crap behind, right?
And then it shows up in that whole new country, that whole new city. And for us, that we struggled for decades. Chronic dieting, binge eating, purging, really struggling with our self-worth and self-esteem, but not being able to find work or love either. So we're going to tell you a little bit about some of the wounds and what really happened for us to allow us to open up and manifest some of the juicy goodness that we're enjoying today.
I guess before we launch into that, just to share a little bit more about who we are. Background for me, it's seeking my purpose, always seeking my purpose. I jumped from job to job to job. I got to one point where I'm like, I must be a dietitian, that must be the answer. I went through 7 years of university, always trying to find the right thing, coming to the point where I learnt that I guess life coaching came forward for me, and I was like, there's some answers here, because it's all about what's within me. And then Lisa and I came together about, 6 years ago now, and we recognised in each other, this knowing that there was something deeper within us that we needed to work on in order to change what we were bringing up in our world. So we've been working together now for 6 years. We've been helping women heal their own hearts in so many different ways. We started out in the weight loss field with eating disorders, and we've really moved into helping people step out of addictions, find the love of their life, find their purpose and their passion. These are the things that we're really here to do.
And I guess my pain was a little bit different. My parents broke up when I was 17, finally, after years of separation. So for me, seeing the pain of people coming together, going apart, I really wanted to find love. That true kind of consistent, genuine love where you can just damn well be who you are, and someone just goes, I love you! Ah! And you know, Gina and I have really found true love in our friendship. And for me, when I first started seeking love, I could manifest nothing but men who would tell me that I was not good enough. I was too smart. I wasn't smart enough. I couldn't sing. I should have had blonde hair. I should have been thinner. I should have been bigger. They told me everything and I bought into it. And really for me, it was the pain of not knowing what to do to find love. And just as Gina went within herself to find her purpose, I went within myself to find true love. And decided, I've had enough of friggin' men telling me I ain't friggin' good enough, because this ain't changing. Who I am is who I am is who I am. And we know that you've come to the same conclusion. So as I accepted that and decided to love me deeply and completely, I manifested an amazing man, which has brought me here to New Zealand. So we have played the game of doing the inner work to manifest those external desires that you have before we knew anything about it. And it's really what Gina and I are here to learn, how to heal our hearts and manifest our desires. And that's why we're teaching it. And that's why we have had such an amazing year being on massive healing journeys with ourselves and our clients, and why we want to share this with you, so you can friggin' have what you've bloody been wanting for a very long time.
Absolutely. So let's talk into what we've got to teach you in this first video. We talked before just very briefly about Christmas time, and it's, you know, it really triggers a lot of that emotional wound, I guess the heart wounds, you know, that we know in our heart wounds, trigger us. And what's great about that is you get the opportunity to see what's playing out within you. And, you know, the pathway is always to healing our own hearts. And so we need to look within and see, what is this teaching me that I can change so that this no longer comes out in front of me.
God, this is good. And you know what's good about this is that these people are already going to know what's waiting for them on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You already know Aunt Susie and what she's going to pull out of the bag on you.
Yeah.
So we want a Christmas miracle for you. What if you could do something very simple and have it totally transform your experience of Christmas this year? How incredible would that be?
Yeah. Hugely valuable.
So we want to share with you something that has totally changed our world. And who shall we talk about? Who is it that annoys us the most?
Gosh, I guess, isn't it usually that, like, it could be the mother-in-law or the cousin or the uncle. There's somebody who you just dread seeing. There's something about their behaviour or the way they talk to you. It always makes you go, I'd rather not be around this person. Can't wait till Christmas Day is over. Like,
shall we talk about a cousin? Let's talk about a female cousin, a rather gorgeous female cousin, because I think many of us have rather gorgeous female cousins. Yep. If you don't substitute this for someone who is irking you a little bit or a lot bit. So let's say her name is Susie. Okay. Susie's gorgeous. She's bloody selfish. She'll bring her own bloody drinks, and she won't drink with everyone else, and she'll look down, and if you get her the wrong gift, I mean, she will not be impressed. She's not going to like it at all. So, whoever that person is in your family that you're reacting to, what we want you to do is name the aspect of them that's irritating you. Okay, so we could pick on Susie for quite a few aspects. Okay, but what we're going to pick on her for today is selfishness. You know what, Susie? Susie's selfish. And that part of Susie really ticks me off. So if you can get to that point where you can name just one thing in them that's really ticking you off, you're halfway there.
Yeah. So naming it, she's selfish. That's what I hate most about her. That's what I react to. She doesn't care about anybody else but herself.
Totally.
So
self-absorbed.
Totally.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that? Okay. Well, Lisa and I know that for every aspect of something, there is a flip side. So there is duality in everything. You can't know selfishness without knowing selflessness. There's a contrast there. So the next step is to have a look at that selfishness and say, what's on the other side? What is the gift of being selfish? You know, what is it that Susie's getting that isn't actually a good thing?
How is there an upside? How is there a benefit to selfishness?
Yeah. Is there?
Is there a benefit to selfishness?
You're going, no, Lisa and Gina.
And you're going to feel like that, and that's why, you know, this is a two-step process. We want you just to name that one thing that that person is doing or being that really irritates you. Then you're halfway there. Then you've just got to sit there long enough and go, how is that a good thing? How could there be a good side to selfishness? And, you know, Susie is very good at taking care of Susie because she cares about herself. And imagine how good it can be for someone to actually care about themselves and get themselves what they want and be mindful of themselves. You know, this is a good thing. You know, you can have selfishness and you can have self-care. So these two things, that's the same thing. There's just two different sides. Now that you've done the work is over. You have named it, you have found the upside, you found a benefit. Your work is over, now the test. And this is what I love about this work, because you will see miracles. Go hang out with Susie. Go hang out with Susie and see how amazing she is at taking good care of herself. And notice how you feel. You will feel a shift, and you will definitely feel differently. You won't love it maybe, but that reactiveness will definitely have dissipated. And that's how you'll know that you've done your work.
Shall we do another one? Just another example of someone who maybe we react to.
A few years ago, all I ran into were bloody arrogant people.
Great.
Bloody arrogant people. I don't know if you have uncles, fathers-in-laws, you know, a nana who's bloody arrogant. And I tell you what, I used to spot them everywhere. Arrogant people would be everywhere. Until I acknowledged arrogance, first step. That was what was irritating me. Okay, how can that be a good thing? In a world where a lot of people are unsure about a lot of things, arrogant people really know what they're talking about. They are self-assured. You can't have one without the other. Arrogance is self-assuredness. And when you're not sure, I think I was gonna
flopping all over the place. Yeah. But yeah, that's true. Like someone who's like, I know everything and I've got it all down. They are confident and self-assured on the other side, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, one, recognising that your uncle is arrogant, whatever it is you're reacting to. Number two, what's the other side of my uncle? Oh gosh, he's really self-assured. He's really confident. I can appreciate that. What if I walk over and talk to him and see him as a confident, self-assured man? Yeah. And it, like Lisa said, this incredible boom. You literally lift the, you know, because it closes you off.
It does.
Looking at the, what I hate. What's good about this? Because it's expansive. It opens you up. And you go, okay, I've never looked at him in that way before.
So we want to know if there is an aspect that you're going to be working on, and we want to hear about the shifts. You've got a few days. We want you to look for opportunities. It's probably most easy to work on a work colleague or a family member that you're potentially living with right now. And go ahead and try this out, because when you just do these two little things, name the aspect, find the upside, feel the shift.
So Lisa and I, in the next video, we're going to be talking into heart, more into your heart and more into opening your heart. And how to, what would you describe it as, Lucy?
Well, I think we do one of two things. We either over-open our heart and we get overwhelmed by too many people, which is me.
Love.
And Gina would close her heart off and actually not be able to feel loved and connected to the people that she does really trust and adore in her life. So we're going to be giving you a powerful strategy to be able to counteract both of these two extremes and to give you the freedom to choose at will. Is this someone I want to open up to, or is this someone I want to close off to? It will help you feel way safer this Christmas and help you be able to really connect in a loving and powerful way, and that's what we want for you. So we've loved having time with you. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Great.